It is time for one of our favorite segments, Puck Yeah or Puck No, where one of us reads out a statement and the others debate whether or not that will happen. So today's edition is going to be strictly NFL because the NFL season is still really early. And Frankie, you came up with these ones. You got some good ones here. So why don't you bring it to us? And I want to hear what you think is on them as well.
All right, so we always got to start off with the main man, the GOAT, Mr. Tom Brady. He says that this year is his last year. Heard that one before. But the first one's going to be Tom Brady does not retire once again and finds himself playing in another uniform. Puck yeah or puck no?
I'm going to go Puck No because I think he might come back, but I don't see him playing in another uniform. I think he likes it in Tampa Bay. He's pretty comfortable there. They got the coaching change now. I know, Bobby, you think that's a good thing for him. He likes that. So I'm going to say Puck No.
I will also go puck no. We just saw the one team that he would probably go to, the San Francisco 49ers, basically have Trey Lance, and they just re-signed Jimmy Garoppolo. And I think this is going to be his last season. I think this stuff, the family stuff going on at home. I wonder how much football had a hand in that. So I think maybe this is it for him. He's accomplished everything he's had to accomplish. He proved everybody wrong. I think this is Tom Brady's last season.
Man, I want to say puck yeah so bad just so he can go be Josh Allen's backup and beat New England in the division. Yeah, I'm not going to say puck no too. I think that keto diet has finally caught up to the old Tommy. So I'm going to go puck no. Sorry, boys. All right. Next one we got. Ooh, juicy one. You see my boy Cooper Kupp took me to the fantasy finals last year, but lost to a fluke. Anyways, this one's a good one because of all the good quarterbacks we have in the NFL, there's also some outstanding stud wide receivers and running backs. So the question is to you guys, the most valuable player in the NFL will not go to a quarterback this year. Puck yeah or puck no?
Bob, you want to take it first?
Sure, I'll go puck no on this one. I think it's going to be a quarterback. In fact, I'm going to call my shot here. I think Josh Allen wins the MVP, so I am going to go puck no.
I'm going to have to concur with Mr. Bottles. I don't like doing it, but on this one, I'm going to have to agree. Allen's looked tremendous the first 2 weeks. I don't see any reason why he would slow down from that, and I don't even know who's in that class right now with him. Of course, there could be some guys that step up, Mahomes, Herbert, but these are all quarterbacks still. The last time a non-QB won the MVP was in 2012. We're talking 10 years ago when Adrian Peterson went over 2,000 yards to capture it. I don't think it happens this year, so I'm going puck no.
Interesting. I'm going to be different. I think there's a reason why I put Cooper Kupp here. I think he breaks the records he did last year. I think the Rams, they need this guy. He's the gives this the squeaky wheel the grease, and I'm going to go Cooper Kupp, guys. I think he should have been in the conversation last year. I want to be different. I think he's the best wide receiver in the league. You guys are going to think I'm nuts, but he's the most dependable, most electric, and most dependable. So I'm going to say no. I'm going to say Cooper Kupp wins it this year. All right, our favorite team to make fun of anyways, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the last team to have 0 wins in the NFL. So why not put them up there? And the question is to you guys, is puck yeah or puck no? There will be a winless team by the end of week 18.
I'm going puck no again. I just don't think there's any teams that are bad enough to not win 17 games or matchups, whatever you want to call it. You got to be on a whole nother tier of bad. And I just don't know if we have that this season. So I'm going puck no.
I agree for everything Joe said. In fact, the only team I would have picked to possibly go with 0 wins, because I think they're the worst team, is Chicago, and they've already got a win under their belt. So I don't think there's any other really bad teams Unless maybe your Colts want to do it, Frank, because
I was so gonna say that, guys. You know, I wanted to say Puck no and say Indy because I don't want to see Matt Ryan get hurt, but there's a part of me that wants to see the faces on you guys when Indy does it for the third time and wins the lottery and drafts a franchise quarterback after Manning and Andrew Luck. Because I know this draft is a very good draft when it comes to quarterbacks. But
it's totally worth it to do it. And I think you're going
know.
to see by like weeks 5 and 6, if there are some teams that are like 1-5 or still 0-5, 0-6, the tank will be on for those teams because at that point, there's no point in winning games, right? Or winning too many of them. You never want to be a middle team. You either want to be really good or really bad. So you will see with this draft class coming up, teams going in that direction. But I still don't think any of them are bad enough to go 0-17.
I really thought Seattle was going to be that team, but sure enough, here we are. All right, that's 3 for me, guys. Puck no for me. All right, the Detroit Lions, the ever-improving Detroit Lions. So much so that the question is to you guys, puck yeah or puck no? I know from a betting standpoint, it's a juicy one. The last time the Detroit Lions made the playoffs was 2017, and we know how bad they've been since then. However, the question is, will the Detroit Lions win the NFC North this season?
Wow, you know what just hit me? The Detroit Lions have made the playoffs more than the Denver Broncos over the last 5 years. The Broncos haven't been to the playoffs since 2016. Oh my goodness. I might have to take off my hat. I'm gonna go puck no. I don't think this is. I think they're a grinding team. I don't trust Jared Goff. They've done some really nice things in the first few weeks, but yeah, I don't. I'm thinking this is like a 500 or less team. I'm going like 7 wins, 8 wins. I don't think they're near good enough. I think Minnesota is much better, and I think Green Bay is much better. So I'm gonna go puck no.
I think another year of drafting another high pick. They had 2 of them this past season. When Jameson Williams, I haven't seen him play because I don't watch a lot of college football, but I know a lot of people are really high on him. So there's another threat for them on the offense. I don't think they're ready yet. I think they're much improved, but they're not ready yet. I think that division is going to be between Minnesota and the Packers. So puck no.
You think the bun just needs a little bit more time in the oven, eh?
Absolutely. Yep.
Still gotta poof up a little bit more.
Yep.
You know, one thing I should have looked at, and I'm going to see if I can grab this stat before we go on again next. What the record is of the year? Sorry, what the record is of the team following their appearance on Hard Knocks. I'm curious what that would be because obviously it did not work for the Colts last year, and obviously the Lions were the spotlight this year on Hard Knocks. So I'm curious what that looks like. I'm going to check that out. I'm going to get back.
I don't think it's very good.
I don't think so either. All right. Mr. One-Handed Catch himself, Odell Beckham Jr. We know about his injury in the Super Bowl last year. However, there are rumors that he is looking to come back and looking to be on a winning team again, but he is highly connected to the LA Rams. However, there has been some turnover, and there's been some recruitment going on. So I'm curious, guys. Odell Beckham Jr. is slated to come back this year, but it will not be for the LA Rams. Puck yeah or puck no?
I'm finally going puck yeah. I think he'll make it back this season, but it won't be with LA. I've heard rumors of him going back to New York. I know they're not in any contention anytime soon, but I know he didn't mind playing there. So possibly he goes there, but I just can't see him going back to LA. They've got Robinson there. They got some other receiving threats. But you never know. With Sean McVay, he's willing to pull some strings to make things happen. So we'll see. But I'm going puck yeah. He will not be playing for the Rams this year.
Yeah, same. Me and Joe have been kind of aligned on a lot of these, but I'm gonna go puck. Puck, yeah, he's gonna be somewhere else, and I'm gonna call my shot again. I'm gonna say the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think he goes to Tampa and plays with Tom.
Ooh,
I was gonna say Buffalo because I've heard some rumors about him going to Buffalo, but I'll go Tampa.
you really got to stop stealing my thunder, man. Three in a row, puck. Yeah, for me, I was gonna say Buffalo till Bobby threw two teams, and the rule is only throwing one team. But if I have to pick another team, how about Odell Beckham and I don't know, the San Francisco 49ers. That's gonna be my team. Stays in the division, knows it well. They could use some help there, so that's gonna be my team there. All right, last but not least, sticking with the Rams, man, it's been a pretty LA Rams centric edition today. But the LA Rams and the Cincinnati Bengals both coming off the Super Bowl appearance. They talk about the Super Bowl hangover. It has been a really good start for Cincy, so for the Rams. But the question is to you guys, puck yeah or puck no? Both of these teams will not make the playoffs this season.
Absolutely, puck no. The Rams are definitely going to make it. I still think they're a really solid team. I still think the Bengals are a solid team too, but when you go down that 0-2 hole, we know what the statistics say about teams going 0-2, how difficult it is to then make the playoffs. I still think they can do it, but much less likely to do. But if it's puck yeah or puck no, both teams are not going to make the playoffs. I'm a very firm believer in puck no, that's not happening. Like the Rams are going to make it this year. So yeah, that's the same.
I'm kind of in the same boat. If you had said puck yeah, one of them doesn't make it, I would have gone, or if it is one of them, I would have said puck yeah, because I don't think Cincinnati is making the playoffs this year.
I agree.
The extra spot this year is going to help the LA Rams because that division is going to be very tough. I still have them as a top 5 rated team in the league, but they're going to have to beat out San Francisco. They're going to have to beat out Arizona. I don't know if 3 teams are going to come from one division, but I still think that they sneak into the playoffs. So I will go puck no as well.
Okay, guys, I'm going to be different. I am going to say puck yeah. Only reason being, there's a couple for me. Not that the Rams are not a good team. Matty Stafford is continuing to having really bad issues with that elbow. If by chance he goes down with that elbow, John Horford is your backup quarterback. Is that enough to get him past, like Bobby mentioned, the Arizona Cardinals in the division, San Francisco 49ers? It's not, because they don't even have a run game either. Henderson is just kind of treading water, and Cam Akers, is he really fully healed from that injury? They don't have those playmakers other than, Cooper Kupp, but you got to throw the ball to Kupp as well. And I don't think they have that star power behind there. So, they lost Von Miller on the defense. I'm saying in the scheme of things, if an injury were to happen, and most likely it is to Stafford, I don't see them getting into the playoffs. That's my only reason for me to say, puck yeah, that they wouldn't make it.
Interesting. We have an injury discussion. I agree with you if there's an injury. Can I go with one here?
Sure.
Puck yeah or puck no. If you make a bet for receiving yards, should there be a contingency on an injury? I'm saying puck no. I think it's you make the bet, and that's part of being the guy. Is you don't get injured.
Are you kind of saying that if a receiver were to get 1,000 yards, let's just say per se,
let's say we were to say, would Jerry Jeudy get 1,000 yards? Let's say,
1,000 yards. Yeah, you cannot put conditions on a bet because you have nothing to lose if you're that guy putting the conditions on the bet. If there were conditions on the bet, my thing is you got to give the other guy odds, at least 2-1.
Yeah,
okay,
that's fair.
However, in this case, to answer your question, you can't tell the future. If you're betting on his ability, you're betting on his whole track record, his whole history. You got to make the bet as is, no conditions, puck yeah.
Joe?
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I mean, if you made a bet in Vegas of said player going past 1,000 yards, if he gets hurt for 6 games, Vegas is not going to turn around and say, "Oh, don't worry, the bet's void because he got hurt." No, that doesn't happen. So it would be nice.
I have seen some, like Joe Burrow. Will he throw like less than one pass? And it's like no or yes, or will he throw more than one pass? And yes is like minus 10,000, assuming that he might get hurt before he throws a pass. And you can't just go up to the bug and be like, hey, well, you got hurt. Like, this is not fair anymore. This is not, that's what,
Okay, you're stretching it a bit.
Yeah. I just heard that
The
story
bet
though.
that you're talking about actually is contingent on whether he's getting hurt or not. So,
well, no,
that's
it's just
basically
saying,
the bet. Is he going to get
it's
hurt
saying-
before the first pass?
it's saying, will he throw one completion? As in, like, will he, something happen. So,
All right,
All
boys,
right.
that was fun. Thanks for putting that together, Frankie.
No problem. See you on the next one.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Remember to subscribe and smash that like button. And we love to hear your comments as well. Drop a line and we'll talk about it in the next show.